So today with the paradox of 1 plus 1 equals 1. Here we have the equation a equals b squared, both sides by a minus by b squared, boil it, and divide it by a minus b, where you get a plus b equals to b. So 1 plus 1 equals 1 because a equals b. Now this is like Jesus' incarnation, also called the hypostatic union, which is a technical term used to describe the union of Christ's humanity and divinity in one hypostasis or individual existence. Now in this example, humanity and divinity is each one entity. So as Jesus is fully man and fully God at the same time, each entity is equal to 1 in Jesus. Even though 1 plus 1 usually equals to 2, in Jesus' case, he was only one being despite being fully human and fully God at the same time. Early church fathers in the Chalcedonian Creed say that we, then following the Holy Fathers, all with one consent, teach men to confess one and the same Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, the same perfect in Godhead and also perfect in manhood, truly God and truly man of a reasonable soul and body, to say that it is believed that Jesus was both divine and human in one body and soul. Now even in the Bible, John 1:14 states that, "And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we have seen his glory, glory as of the only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth," to show that Jesus came down as an incarnation, God in human flesh. Yet mathematically this proof actually fails, because when we cancel a minus b, we are cancelling dividing by 0, because a minus b equals 0, and this is the difference between logic and the supernatural. Now when Jesus came down from heaven, he left part of his divine nature, also called Kenosis, and that is why sometimes where he shows his human attributes and prove to seem fail, and we think that he is only human and imperfect, he reveals his divine side most prominent in his victory over death. This shows that he has the ability to neglect the logical divide by 0 rule, or any other natural rules to say. Now in Philippians 2:6-9, Paul states that Jesus didn't take God's power to his own advantage, but instead became like a man, and when he died and humbled himself, God exalted him to the highest place. On this, St. Augustine also states that Jesus lived the life of a man and suffered what humans suffer, and this again proves that he threw away his divinity when coming down, lived a human life, yet still had the power of feeding spiritual hunger and quenching spiritual thirst eternally. Now to summarize the hypostatic union and kenosis can be alluded to by the paradox of 1 plus 1 equals 1. The fact that Jesus as a single being was fully human and fully divine at the same time is similar to 1 plus 1 equals 1. However, the proof actually fails because it requires the division of 0, and this failure is like the human aspect or the lack of divine nature, which he left behind according to Kenosis. Still, he has part of his divinity which allows him to conquer death, which is similar to the fact that 0 divide rule is neglected. Thank you.